Hi, everyone. So, I do have a new song for you called Spirits Up by Lil Meta. I did get the song on the Pop Safe Music Directory on the World Podcast Network. If you like the song, if you go down to the show notes, you will see links to the song, including the link for the PodSafe Music Directory, again on the World Podcast Network. Now, I'm going to play that song for you.
I've been down on my luck, but she bring my spirits up. Heart play the fool, you can tell it's made with love. Diamond bezels in the morning when she wake me up. When I'm with you, I feel like everything's okay. Ever since my brother died, I've been feeling this pain. If I sell my soul and run the world, what do I gain? They tryna throw dirt on my name. Wanna see me shackled and chains. They'd rather see you down and up. Nowadays, you can get hurt for showing love. I'm just trying to get my mind off things. Do you love me or not? Got no time for games. She love it when I pull her hair and smack her ass. She a real one, she don't even really want the cash. I don't really know what's going on with me. Thinking about her lately, losing focus. Focused on my goals, I can't have my heart broken. Smile on my face and she ain't with the drama. I ain't with the drama, no. I just want peace, what don't kill you make you stronger. Should I give my heart away? Should I throw it all away? Should I go the other way? I've been down on my luck, but she bring my spirits up. Heart play the fool, you can tell it's made with love. Diamond bezels in the morning when she wake me up. When I'm with you, I feel like everything's okay. Ever since my brother died, I've been feeling this pain. If I sell my soul and run the world, what do I gain? They tryna throw dirt on my name. Wanna see me shackled and chains.
Welcome to Reality Tea Times 2, the podcast where we discuss all the trash reality TV we love to hate. I'm Tanika, and today we are going to be discussing 90 Day UK. So, quick announcement before we head into hot goss. I can hopefully say it's tentative, but I think we are pretty confident that we're going to have a guest on 90 Day UK tell-all episode. And that will be next week. So the hope is that we'll have this person on for that episode. So we're going to be inundated with guests, hopefully. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I'll just say it's most likely going to be Ava because she definitely wanted to be on 90 Day UK episode earlier, but unfortunately with sickness, she couldn't end up coming on. Unfortunately, she gets sick and she gets sick for like weeks at a time. So we'll hopefully get her on the tell-all episode and we can rehash everything that kind of happened among the season. It's a great opportunity to do that with the tell-all. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's what you can expect for next week's episode of 90 Day UK. What I'm going to say, because it's actually the last episode for like the week, you can still expect there will be episodes coming on the weekend. Like I did mention in the toe episode. Next week, I'm hoping that I can make sure everything is kind of flowing as it needs to. There is a long weekend coming up here in Canada, but there is the potential that we could fall a little bit behind only because we have some family things we have to deal with that I'm going to be completely unavailable on Wednesday. So hopefully I can get episodes done so they can at least be released to you on a Wednesday, even though I'm not around, but we'll see how that goes. I'll do my very best. But with that being said, let's head into some hot goss. So there is potentially a lawsuit going to be brewing in the 90-day universe, and that being Sharp could potentially be getting sued. Here's what I have for you. So there has been a plethora, as we know, of 90-day spinoffs, constant. A new one has kind of come out that is alleged. We don't know if it's for sure going to happen, but it would potentially be entitled 90-Day House. The fuck, you say? But here's what we have. Here's what they think the episode would kind of look, or the show would kind of look like. 10 quote unquote fan favorites, who knows if they really would be, from the hit TLC series will live under one roof alongside everyday people, shit, and see how they coexist. I'm in. According to Shabooti, it will have a MILF Manor style to it, and some of the cast has been actually set. And some of those cast members include Tim, Tiffany, and Asuelu, y'all. So that's where we're at. So alongside other seven others. So I'm guessing more so single people will be in this, not the couples necessarily. So single people will be in the house. So that's kind of where they're kind of thinking is going to go. Which, if you remember me saying to you before in a previous episode, Statler claimed that she had this idea and she pitched it to TLC. And now she's complaining that she's not getting any recognition for that. And that was with respect to the 90-day tell-all for HEA, quote unquote, no limits. Okay. So now with this potential show, I can believe that they're using this no limits tell-all as a prototype as to what that could look like for the show. So now that this has come out, Statler apparently posted on some form of social media, looks like I'll officially be filing a lawsuit for them using my stolen idea. Can you prove it? Statler, can you prove it? Like, that's the thing. Did you talk to them over the phone? Did you do an email? Did you whatever? Like, I just want to know, do you have proof? And either way, your case is going to get thrown out. Like, you're not going to tackle a huge corporation like Sharp Entertainment, who is beyond just the TLC shows. You're not going to get there, honey. I'm sorry. Anyways, it does appear that Statler is very serious about bringing about a lawsuit for her quote unquote poached idea, stating, I'm not kidding. Luckily, I've had enough coaching to prove that this was my idea that I presented to them 1.5 years ago. The fact that Sharp Entertainment / 90 Day have used my idea without giving me credit or paying me is a breach of intellectual property. What the fuck are you talking about? Do you know what intellectual property means? It means you have to register the idea. You probably didn't do that. Okay, let's continue. She says she's ready to prove it. Good for you. This company is so devoid of a moral backbone. That's probably true. And my lawyers and I have been waiting to prepare this case. Great. As part of her Instagram story rant about the legality of everything, Statler tried to appeal to her 90-day fiance following. She's asked them if they would not watch 90-Day House. Girl, guess I'm watching it. Shut up. If she had her own version of the show, no one's watching your show. Apparently, some cast members are interested in joining Statler and renting a home for a month. Sure, they will then live stream the raw living experience for fans to watch. Let me tell you who she's going to have in a minute, because we're going to hear it here. She says, quote, we will have cast members whose NDAs have run out and are chomping at the bit to reveal all the dirty deeds. Like, Larissa or Anfisa. That's what I'm saying. Those are the kind of people that are going to get on the show. Which, listen, I'm for that, but I'm not going to watch your show. I've heard rumors that Larissa could end up on Single Life, so I don't know. And she says, as well as cast members who are under their NDA but no longer give a fuck. Because why play clean against a dirty company? Statler finally sealed the deal by slamming the production company by adding, it is amazing what people will do when they really traumatize them, saying, quote, this I have to agree with her on this quote. So here we go. It turns out sharp when you manipulate good people into looking bad, ruin their reputations, pay them jack shit, and then leave them out to dry with no mental health support and a shit ton of people who publicly hate them and not only say it, they get pretty pissed. Who knew? Well, on the one hand, I agree with what about the ship pay and everything. On the other hand, at this point, you know what you're getting yourself into, right? You don't have to do it. And at this point, it's pretty public knowledge that the pay is shit. So I don't know if you have a problem with that, then don't go on the show. But we'll see how that goes if she does end up doing what she's going to do, but we'll see. Next piece of hot goss that I have on Tuesday, July 30th, there's a Bachelor alum whose name I don't have now, but I have her last name. It's Huron. I do believe that I actually might have talked about her having her twins that I just don't remember now. And I'm a dummy. I didn't catch her name, but here's what we have. So she shared on her Instagram that she was able to take both of her twins home from the neonatal intensive care unit, NICU, after they spent several weeks in the hospital. She had previously announced in July that she'd welcomed her twins 7.5 weeks early on July 1st, saying, quote, 4 Sundays ago, we walked into labor and delivery after my water unexpectedly broke at 32 weeks pregnant with twins. Yikes. This is what she shared over an emotional reel of herself and her fraternal twin girls, Everett Ray and Colette Rose. They're cute names. She went on to say, 4 Sundays later, we walked out with our beautiful, thriving daughters from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you to our incredible NICU team, the nurses, pediatricians, the OBs, midwives, anesthesiologists, lactation consultants, speech therapists, and support staff who loved our girls and gave them exceptional care for the last month. She said, thank you for ushering us into parenthood, teaching us how to give bottles, baths, and take a temperature. Your warm, selfless care made our last 28 days in the NICU the best that it could be given the circumstances. And she continued, adding that the staff kept her calm and reassured and noting that they'd never forget the help. She said, let the games begin, because this is when the fun starts. But I feel like her name's Sarah, but the first name, sorry, I thought I caught the first name, but I didn't. But either way, congrats to her and getting her twins home out of being the NICU. I can't even imagine. But last piece of hot goss, we're going to kind of go through this one together. But I've been kind of watching and waiting and seeing what's happening, wondering what we're going to get next in the below deck world, because where the hell is sailing? It's probably one of my favorite ones because I absolutely love Captain Glenn. I swear it's not because he's Canadian, but anyways. But potentially below deck down under might be the next thing we get. I'm not sure, but we kind of have a little bit of rumors as to the cast that could be coming. Potential filming location is also revealed. We have 3 stars returning. 7 of them are leaving that we had before the last season, and we have new ones coming. So here's what we have, everybody. Captain Jason, obviously returning. Okay. If he didn't, I would be really, really sad, but he's coming back. Zarina, she's returning. I'm really happy. I really like Zarina. So she's coming back. Harry, if we remember Harry, he was a really tall guy who was he into? There was a girl he was into I just can't remember who it was. Oh, it was a blonde girl. It's a blonde girl. Yeah. I can't remember her name either right now, but yeah, it was her that he was into. So that guy, he's coming back. So let's take a look at what else we have here. So Aisha, obviously not returning because she's now on med, which, I love her dynamic with Captain Jason, but what can you do? Culver, not returning. Thank God. Bye. We're good. We don't need you. Oh, I never need to see him again. I really didn't like him. Anyways, I didn't like it. I liked him in the first season, and then the second season got ruined. Luca, the bosun, not returning. He had a little, he kind of showed up a little bit. No, he went to med, if I'm correct. He wasn't a bosun on Down Under, but he was bosun on med. That's what happened. Okay. But yes, he's not returning. Adam, who I can't remember. Oh, he was fired. That's why I don't remember. Oh, yes. I remember him. He's not returning because he was fired, obviously. So he's not coming back. What else we got? Margot, that was her name, who was into Harry. She's not returning. Which I think I can understand. I did really like her, but I can definitely understand maybe why she never wants to be a part of this ever again. So wow, not returning. I think that's okay. I think I'm okay with that. Jamie, I Oh yes, I remember her. Sorry, I'm not going to be posting pictures, but I do remember her. She joined halfway through the season, apparently. She was brought on as a second stew after Laura was fired. Fuck Laura. She's not coming back either, right? Anyway, she's not returning anyways. I think we can all agree Luke is not coming back either, because fuck him. Laura obviously is not returning. Fuck her. So let's move on to the next thing. So who we have rumored to be joining, and I'll kind of go into more details with this. A guy named Zoni, I think it's how you say his name. I think the T is silent. And his last name is Arvanitis. I don't know. I won't be posting any pictures until we have confirmation of who's returning. But he's rumored to be joining, and here's what we have. He's rumored to be joining the cast as a bosun. Following rumors that he would be on the show, his Instagram profile became private. He's followed by and seems to follow several of his rumored castmates, though. So that's where that's coming from. Next, Wien Dutoit, I think is how you say his name. He's rumored to be joining the cast of season 3 as a member of the deck team. He currently follows several of his rumored season 3 castmates on Instagram. Brianna DeField, she is rumored to be joining as interior. She also follows several of her rumored castmates, so I think it's kind of safe, but anyways. Marina Marconis, Lord Jesus. Marina Marcondes, there you go. She's rumored to be joining season 3 as a stew. Much like others, she's also following rumored castmates. Think we can kind of leave that part out because I think it's pretty evident that they will. Adair Worley, she's rumored to be joining the cast as a deck crew. So that's what she's going to be doing. Nicholas Catalan, he's rumored to be joining season 3 as the deck crew as well. Also rumored to join is Laura Rigby as Chief Stew. Following rumors that she would be on the show, her Instagram profile also became very private, just private in general, because I guess she's also following people as well. So that's what we have. It definitely looks interesting. We have people we recognize, we have people we don't. And I kind of prefer those. I would have loved to see Aisha on this, but she's back home on the med. So I'm okay with that. But that's basically it for Hot Goss. Spent about 20 minutes on Hot Goss, so we're done with that. Anything else we'll do on another episode. But let's get into the reason that we are here. 90 Day UK Season 3, Episode 12. I think we need to talk. So Charlotte and Johan, mainly to Charlotte, no Johan really. So here's where we're at with that. She says that Johan has been just, trying to reach out to her, trying to get through the cracks and whatever, trying to apologize. But she said it's just a crock of shit, which I agree. And she said everyone around her is having babies, and then there is me. Here's what I'm going to say. As a person who, yes, I'm in a relationship, so I'm in a different spot than she is. But as a person who also has a lot of people around her having babies, and I'm close to her age, and you're not the one having the babies, you have to start looking at the things you do have and being thankful for the things you do have, and know that when it's meant to happen, it will happen. And you can't feel sorry for yourself because it hasn't happened. I know the urgency and the want to be a mother. I understand that more than ever, but you have to be You have to look at what you have and be so grateful that you have it instead of looking at the things you don't have, because that's where things can get a lot darker. So, if it's more about being a mom and that's what her goal is, maybe she can put her money into something more that will help her get that. If she wants to go the IVF route, do this on her own, see where life takes her from that point on, do that. If it's more about that and not so much about the man, like I'm sure she wants the man too, but if it's more about the fact like you feel like your clock is ticking, then put the money into that instead of putting the money into this how old was he again? 21, 23? I don't know if I can know anymore. 21. This 21-year-old boy. And, you know, like, don't, he doesn't deserve any of that. And the thing is like, I'm going to have something I want to say at the end of their segment that I don't know if she's come to grips with about yet, but I definitely thought about it because that's where my mind always goes. So I will kind of get into that in a minute once we kind of get past their stuff. So she said Johan sent her, this is fucked up. This is so fucked up. Fuck him. He literally sent her a video of a child stroking their dad's back. And this was kind of his way of saying, like, I know you really want this and I want it too. So, or so he says. And this is his way of trying to like wiggle back into her life, get her back with all this. Fuck him. As a person, listen, let's just say tomorrow, God forbid, knock on wood, me and my boyfriend break up for whatever reason. And he knows that want to be a mother is very palpable. And he did that to me. I'm going to find him and I'm going to hurt him in ways that he doesn't even know it can happen. You don't do that to people. You don't do that to people. You don't manipulate a woman in that way. You just don't do that. I don't know if she's had what her journey has looked like in trying to get pregnant with him. I don't know if what that kind of looked like, but you don't do that to people. That's so fucked up. It's deplorable. It's a tactic. And the fact that he's doing this as a tactic, it's just sick. It's sick. Ugh. Anyway, she says that he is a con artist. So she's posting on her social media, which I don't know what I would do in this instance if I was in a similar situation as she is. Maybe I would do the same thing. She posted something on social media, basically warning people that he's a con artist and to avoid at all costs. And I think she's also trying to see if anyone messages her to say, oh, I've been through a similar thing. So I think that's kind of what she's doing as well. And yeah. So it's been a week now since she posted that post on social media. And guess what? There is other girls and they have reached out to her. And she says he is a living piece of shit. Or sorry, not living. God, sorry, my handwriting, lying. He's a lying piece of shit. And she's going to tell her mom kind of what happened. I guess she didn't know prior to this. And her mom comes over and she tells her everything that's kind of happened in the relationship now. She says that he was in a relationship for about 6 months. So prior to the wedding, and post the wedding as well. Then she tells her about the post that she did as well and how, women came forward. And she has like all of the receipts she's seen all the receipts from that or whatever. So she mentioned like the women that he had, like the multiple ones. There's like one that's much older than she is. There's one that's much younger than she is. There's another one who is unknown. And let me preface this. There's one that's younger than her. Then she also says there's one that's much younger than her. So I don't know what that means. If it's closer to his age or what, but he has a few. And she said that he was getting money out of all of them as well. So I'm going to say this here just because the money part has come up. His family had to know, right? His family had to know that he had multiple women. They had to know. And that's the part that drives me a little bit nuts here, because it's like, I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do because they want what they want, but it feels like a family affair. And I hate that. So her mom is like, he's a bastard. Yeah. And Charlotte says like all of the different women are very, different in their own way. But the one thing that they definitely share in common is that they were all vulnerable in their own way. So this is where we talk about Sankey Panky. Here we go. And she kind of talks about the different things that kind of classify you as a Sankey Panky. And one of those things kind of being, they will ask for money, saying that a family member is gravely ill. If we remember, he said his mom was gravely ill. Is she really? We'll never know. Like, I was questioning. I mean, yes, you can be gravely ill, but they were like portraying the mom as if she was like this decrepit, and she's 37 years old and she has like a small baby. She can't be that decrepit. You know what I mean? I mean, yes, shit can happen, but she looked fairly healthy. Otherwise, to me, I remember feeling something ain't right, but I don't know. We'll never know. So her mom is like, I knew it. Mother's intuition. I knew it. And Charlotte's like, oh God, here we go. Here comes the I told you so. But she says, leave him to go back under his rock. This was, eye-opening. This was, whatever. Or she says, this is a blip. It'll be fine. She says that you're going to be happy. Even though she's doing the I told you so, she kind of did. She did kind of say, listen, you're going to be okay. You're resilient. He ain't going to be okay. Because what comes up will come back down as well. He's going to get his comeuppance. So Charlotte says, why couldn't he just love me? And there it is. You can't just let any man into your life because they say I love you. And you can't just believe every man because they say that I love you. And you have to know when you're being bullshitted. And I think because Charlotte was so desperate for the love and the partnership and the child that she wants to have, she was willing to overlook. But here's another piece of advice. If you're on vacation, don't fall in love with the guy who works at the resort. Don't. It very rarely works out for people. Very few in 90-day world has it worked for, but it doesn't work for people. It didn't work for Molly, unfortunately for her. It didn't work for Danielle. It didn't work for you. Just don't do it. Don't do it. I'm sorry. I remember telling a friend of mine, both me and Ava actually, told a friend of mine, well, a friend of ours, she was a co-worker of mine, and we're still friends. Me and her are still friends. But this was many, many years ago. And she was going to Jamaica. And we told her, listen, if you meet a Jamaican man down there, have fun with him. Fuck around with him, do what you want to do. She was single, she could do what she wanted. Do you, girl, do you. Leave him there. Leave him there. Do not get his number past that, or if you get his number, you delete it and block it, you're done. You leave him there. You don't fall in love with the guy you banged on a vacation. You just don't. Sorry. Again, works for some, not all. Now, she did end up banging a guy on vacation that she brought back, but he actually lived here. So it was fine. And they were together for a year, so it worked out, whatever. But it's just like, otherwise though, the people who live in the country, leave them there. Because they want to come back. And they see you not from here. So, no. Anyway, so that's basically that. So she says, Why couldn't he love me? And she says, why can't anyone? And her mom just says, I love you, Charlotte. I was getting emotional because, yes, she needs to hear that you may not have the love of a man right now, and that's okay. But you do have people who love you and care about you and want what's best for you. And you have men in general, doesn't matter where the fuck they're from, you got to be so careful with, but like not this guy who's 21 years old and still has his life to live. We had a lot with Charlotte. So it's been 5 weeks now since she found out about the other girls and whatnot. And she's gonna be going out. She's gonna have a girls' night out with everybody. She said, my face is on, my tits are out, she's ready to go. So she said he's still very adamant that he did nothing wrong. This fucking guy needs a fucking reality check. All of the evidence, he says, is photoshopped. Okay. Because you think people have the time to do this. Fucking idiot. He believes his own lies, and that's scary. That's pathological if he believes his own lies. That's fucking pathological. He's a narcissist. If he believes in his own lies and he thinks he can't get caught, maybe. She says that I think it was him who created a fake profile. Listen to this. Created a fake profile and posted pics of her in her underwear. So I guess what we're trying to say here is that there was a profile created anonymously. She didn't know who it was that posted pictures of her, and she believes it was him. I have a question. I actually have a question about this. I send from time to time, dirty pics to my boyfriend and vice versa. That's, whatever is what you do. And because I know I'm in one relationship that I would send those types of pictures to, if a profile popped up like that, I am going to think it's him because that's the only person I'm sending pictures to. So if she was potentially in a relationship with this person and not really talking to other people that she could have potentially sent those pictures to, how else did you think the profile was created? Who else did you think do it? Let me guess. Did he tell you that his phone was hacked? That his computer got hacked or whatever the fuck got hacked? And they must have taken the pictures that way? Why would they have taken just her pictures? You know what I mean? So I'm not sure if this happened prior to the breakup or if this happened since the breakup. I feel like we're not getting all the details either on that. But if it happened post the breakup, then that's revenge. You want to call it porn, but if that's the term, I hate to say that, but revenge porn, that's what this is. Because you broke up with him, won't go back to him. That's sick. But if it was before, it's still sick, but I just want to know what the fucking motive was of doing it before. You know what I mean? We just don't have enough information about this, and I kind of want to know more. So hopefully we can hash that out in the tell-all, but I don't know. But anyways, she does say though, like she's kind of taken this and said, I'm not going to let him bring me down because she said he did me a favor because I look fucking hot. Good for her. And the picture we did see, like, I don't know if there's more scandalous pictures, but she looked great. Thank you, sir. So we see her in the next scene writing, I guess, a letter to Johan. I don't know if she's going to send it or she's just doing it for her own purposes of healing. But she's like, I write this letter in hope that you understand. She's writing this letter to get her feelings out. How, she was kind of talking like, when I met you, I thought how handsome you were. And I just wasted 2 years on a relationship that didn't fucking go nowhere. She's like, I'm so done with your bullshit. You will never know true love. I don't think he cares to know true love. She's like, I pity you. Don't pity him. Don't give him even that. But anyways, she takes her ring off and we see her chucking it into the ocean. Good riddance. I think that's the best symbol of a fuck you to him. But that's it for Charlotte, mainly Charlotte, until we can get this tell-all. It'll be interesting to see if Johan even shows up for the tell-all. But let's go to Jose and Louise. It's very quick. So we'll do the first and then we'll take a break. So the vow renewal is coming up very soon. We see her shopping for a dress. We see him shopping for a tux. We're mainly going to focus on him because he is who he is. So he's like, oh, listen, I want the shirt. I want the hat. I want the stick. He wants to look exactly like, I don't know, typical British man. I guess he wants to look like Winston Churchill. Anyway, then he raps in front of this really conservative British guy. That it's just, oh, it's so good. He's so good. Oh man. Okay. But then we see the days here for the vow renewal, and I think he says at the end of his vows, I love you so much, my beautiful chicken. I love you, chicken. She says that Jose, Jesus fuck Christ, Jose looks dapper in his suit. He looked nice. And her dress is actually quite nice. It's very simple, but it's very nice. Even her son at the end of all this is like, it's pretty amazing. Oh, Jesse is here. He's here for it. That's new. And then, actually, I'm not even sure if this was in the vows before, because then I think we're starting it right now. But he does say, I love you, chicken, in the vows anyways. Jesse tells them that he's proud of both of them. Wow. And they kind of start playing, I think, the song. And we just hit forever life. Okay. Jose says, this is the best day of his life. I love it. So that's basically that. We'll kind of take a pause here. And when we come back, we will jump in with I guess we only have John and Sprite left. Oh, we also have Nicole and Tahar. So yeah, we have 2 more people and then we'll be done, but I'll be right back. And I am back. So let's jump into John and Sprite. Quite a bit here with them as well. So Sprite did not come home the previous night. If you remember, this is when they had the fight about John's weight and everything. He didn't come home. But he does show up then. And he's like, where were you? He was in a hotel, y'all. That's where he was. He's like, I think we need to talk. Title of the episode. But Sprite says, I don't want to talk to you. And he says, like, I don't care about how, or she said, sorry, you don't care about how I feel. They do decide to leave the house to, just kind of sit, get out of there in order for them to kind of talk everything out, because they are, I don't know what I wrote there. Anyways, but Sprite feels like, John tells Sprite that I feel like I'm a project to you. And, you tell me like what to do, and why, I don't know why do I feel like that or whatever. But Sprite says, as a good boyfriend, I should tell you what to do. Well, you shouldn't necessarily tell them what to do, but whatever. But I was thinking maybe I pressure you. Okay. John says, I will go to the gym. And he's like, I do want to, work on that, because he does say, like, I don't like my body, which, maybe that was part of why he had the pushback with Sprite before. I don't know. But when you do kind of hit at someone's insecurity like that, you poke at someone's insecurity like that, you can't push back. Like, I get that. So it's, I've been there. You kind of have to know when to let it go, because we're well aware what we need to do. And we're well aware of what we need to, change. But, when you kind of poke at it, it's just like you're poking the bear. So yeah. But what Sprite says is it's not just about liking your body, or he says, sorry, John says, I want you to like my body. And Sprite says, it's not just about liking your body. I want you to be healthy. And that is definitely something I can get behind and understand. I wish that Sprite told him that, but maybe it just wasn't possible for him to tell him that. And John says, I will, go to the gym more because it is getting harder for him to fit into clothes or buy clothes. So, okay. So we've come to a solution. Great, right? We're going to be happy now, right? Well, we do see John limping. The happiness is still ongoing. We see John limping in a scene, and I'm like, what's going on with him? And he says his feet are sore. He says, having flat feet can definitely cause some problems. You're preaching to the choir, John. Seriously. I also have flat feet and definitely understand. Listen, the issues I've had with my feet, heel spurs, I have a bunion on my foot that just fucking appeared on my foot randomly one day. I don't even know what the fuck. And not even just that, if you're on your feet too long the day before, the next day, you're just like, you can't walk no more. It sucks. Having flat feet sucks. And so, yeah, I felt everything that he was saying here. But he says that, he feels kind of bad because they have plans, right? They're going to go do massage. Sprite has to kind of go by himself because John can't go. But don't you worry, y'all. Everything is going according to plan. Okay. Sprite's going to go over to the spa while John stays back and cooks a nice dinner because, y'all, today is the day. He's going to be proposing. And he's kind of cooking this meal. It's really, he's doing the damn thing. But when he gets to the dessert part, was kind of doing this dessert, this is where he's going to hide the ring. He's going to hide the whole damn box. And I'm like, wait, what? How? Actually, it turned out I wasn't visualizing, but when I saw what kind of like happened and how this plays out, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So then Sprite comes back and sees all of the lights and the candles because he set up the place. And so, yeah, he really did the thing. And mind you, he's limping the entire time that he's doing this, poor guy. So we're going to start with the course. We have the first course, calamari, with this. It was some sort of sauce on the side. I feel like I wrote that down, but now I can't figure out what I said. But then he goes through that and looks really good. And then the next course is a filet steak and a green curry sauce for the steak. Wow, okay, I see you. It's doing it. Okay, now for dessert, we got a chocolate cake. Sprite, you gotta cut the cake. And he's like, why? Why can't you cut the cake? No, you gotta cut the cake because the ring box is stuffed in the middle of the cake. So he goes to cut the cake and he's like, why isn't it cut? That's pesky cake. Why is it not cutting? Because he's cutting into the ring box. And Sprite like, what's this? And he gets the ring box and he proposes to Sprite. Will you marry me? And Sprite says, yes. So they're now engaged. And again, you think, oh, this is so great. They're going to be so happy. They should be happy, right? Right? The honeymoon's over, y'all. And that's basically what they say. They say it's been a couple of weeks now since the engagement. The honeymoon is over. He's like, because we kind of hear Sprite kind of saying, oh, this was really bad. And I don't know if it's cultural or actually, no, I'm not going to say it's cultural. I don't think it's cultural. I think Sprite's a spoiled brat, and that's where this comes from. But he comes downstairs, he's like, give me eggs and whatever the fuck else he asked for. He didn't ask him, can you please make me some eggs? Or are you able to make me some eggs? Should I make them? Whatever, right? And he's losing it. He's like, I'm not your fucking servant. Yeah, the thing he asked for was, oh, sorry, let's do this over. He says to him, can you give me 3 eggs quickly? That's what he said. John tells him, you can ask more nicely, But he's kind of like, then I'll do it. If you can't do it, I'll do it. He's like, no, Sprite, I will do it. Leave me. Well, he didn't say that yet. Let's finish. He says well, I did that with my family. That's besides the point. Your family shouldn't be accepting that type of behavior either. They really should not be. But they choose to take your bullshit. that doesn't mean John should have to take your bullshit. He's not your parents or your siblings. He's supposed to be your fiance, and you can't talk to him that way. What the fuck? Anyways, but he's like, I'll do it. And this is where John says, I'll do it. Just leave me, Sprite. Which is, I know what he's trying to say here. He's saying, leave me to do it. Leave me alone, whatever. He's not literally saying, leave me, Sprite. But unless you understand, sometimes the lingo can be very different, which, whatever. I don't think he understood what he was saying. I think he missed the fact that he was literally saying, just leave me do it, I'll do it, whatever. But Sprite loses his fucking mind and throws the ring down, and he stomps upstairs, and he's packing. But John literally says, like, I don't think this is gonna work. I don't think this was gonna work before you proposed to him. I don't understand why you did that, but nonetheless, here we are. But that's basically it for John and Sprite. I guess we'll see how that turns out later on. But quickly, let's go through Nicole and Taher. Again, not a lot here. And we're having a party to welcome Taher, our friends and family and stuff, right? And we also have an announcement to make, she says, but they're going to be doing that at the party. So while they're at the actual party, her dad is wearing traditional Egyptian garment, which is, I love that. And her dad makes this very lovely speech for him. Her dad is phenomenal, honestly. And he's like, I couldn't ask for a better son. I love it. And he's like, he took a big risk coming here. I couldn't ask for a better person for my daughter. Oh, I love it. And he says, like, listen, I would love to go to Egypt and meet his family. So maybe we'll see them on another season. We'll see. Then this is kind of when Nicole kind of says, listen, so we do have an announcement, everybody. We are expecting a baby. So, everyone seems to be, her dad he's like, I'm shocked, but I'm happy. So yeah. He's like, I can help them with the baby because I've done this before. I love it. I love it. I think the best part of their storyline is her dad. Oh, I love him. Okay. But that's basically it for Nicole and Taher. That's basically it for the episode. However, we did get some on-screen text at the end of the episode that said Johan strongly denies all of the allegations made against him and says that the relationship was not a scam. Cool story, bro. Cool story. But that's basically it. We get a tell-all, and I'm really, really happy about that. They kept this one on the wraps, y'all. But that's basically it for this episode. Again, you can expect to get Bachelorette tomorrow. So that's what's going to happen, as well as Perfect Match will kind of trickle through the weekend, probably into next week. So that's what you can expect. But with that being said, that is it for this episode. So if you like what you heard, please rate, review the podcast on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Also, don't forget that you can also share us with everyone in your life if you really love this. And I do want to read those reviews. I'm definitely getting 5-star ratings, but I want to read those reviews. So send me those reviews and I will read those 4 and 5-star reviews on the podcast. Also, we're on every one of your favorite podcast apps, every one of them, including you can find us on YouTube at Reality Tea Times2. If you want to connect with us, you can do so by going to either Facebook or Instagram at Reality Tea Times2. You can also find us on Twitter, TikTok, Reddit at Reality Tea Times2 Pod. We also have our email, which is at realityteatimes2 at hotmail.com. Definitely want to hear from you guys. And we also have our new website where you can listen to all of these episodes. You can review the podcast on there as well. You can connect with me in any way, all the stuff. It's all there, and you can find me there at www.realityteatimes2, all spelled out, .podpage.io. It's there. And don't forget, I also have my other podcast with my friend Mikkel, Next Take Podcast, where we talk about all kinds of different topics. But you can find us on any of your favorite podcast apps over there as well. Or you can also go to YouTube, and you can go to Next Take Podcast, as well as our website, which is solo.to/Next Take Podcast. So yeah, there's that, and that's basically that. And again, don't forget, if all of this information is overwhelming, we do have all of the links, everything in our show notes. But that is it for now, guys. Thanks. Bye.